Give a little time to me. We'll burn this out. We'll play hide and seek to turn this around. All I want is the taste that your lips allow.
Welcome back. What was your sexual experience like before you got married? Were you sexually active, or were you able to keep to yourself? How has these things affected your marriage so far? Are you experiencing any sexual struggles, or are you having fun in lovemaking in marriage? These are the things I'll be looking at in this series. This is Sexuality Get a Grip web series. My name is Godman Akinlabi. It's nice to have you with me. In a situation where a marriage is contracted between two people and one person was really sexually active and the other person was not active at all sexually, the struggle is always present when the expectation of the one that is that had been sexually active is so high, and this other person who is a novice is coming into this marriage not even knowing what to do, not knowing how to go about it, and yet is under immense pressure to satisfy this person who had been sexually active. This is my suggestion, and it's that we both calm down, that both of you will calm down, that the person who had been sexually active will come into this marriage with a renewed mind, knowing that I'm coming in contact with someone different from all the people I've ever met, and I want to give this person pleasure. The person who lacks experience, we need to come into this marriage without any form of pressure at all, and keep emphasizing to your spouse the fact that we're here to learn the rope together. Fine, I can learn one or two things from you, but we're here to learn together and start anew, and get to know each other, get to know what works for each other, and from there we can build something new together. If we approach lovemaking and our marriage from this point of view, the truth is that we will both grow together, and before we know it, our experience is something that becomes something that we can build on and can grow, and both of us can become the right person for each other in sexual intimacy and lovemaking as we progress in our marriage.
And it's been a while, but I still feel the same.
In a situation where the two people in marriage were both sexually active before they got married, it calls for a lot of caution in the way we approach lovemaking in this marriage that we have now been that has now been contracted. In the sense that we will all come into this marriage with different sexual orientations. We met with maybe multiple or single, partners before, and we've had all kinds of sexual experiences. Now you need to understand that it's like driving a car. There are general principles to driving, but when you pick a particular car, there are specifics to this particular car. And when you approach a car with the experience of the last car you drove, there's a possibility that you will abuse this new car that you want to drive. In fact, what I would suggest to both of you is that you block your mind off your former sexual experiences and come into this marriage trusting that God will heal your heart from every hurt and every bad experience that you may have had before. Then you come in, focus on how do I give pleasure to my partner in a legitimate relationship. Lovemaking can be very pleasurable, but that only happens when both of us have decided to put away our old mind and renew our mind. And then we come into lovemaking from the point of view of, I want to satisfy my partner and thereby deriving some pleasure as well.
Give a little time to me. We'll burn this out. We'll play hide and seek.
Now, in a situation where both of you are inexperienced and you came into marriage without knowing what to do, my advice is that you start out gradually. Seek for a mentor. Read books about godly sexual intimacy. Ask for help when you need help. Don't assume that you're just going to start to enjoy lovemaking with each other. Lower your expectation of each other and deliberately invest into knowledge in lovemaking. Before you know it, you may start out in a very lousy way, but gradually things will start building up. Your intimacy gets, hotter and hotter, and before you know it, you are able to build spontaneity into it. You are able to build, strong communication. You're able to respect each other, and you're able to just take your expectation up gradually, and before you know it, you become masters in the game. What are the take-homes from this episode? 1, you need to manage your expectations. 2, you need to focus on what to give and not what to get in lovemaking in your marriage. And lastly, let's build this thing together. Let's focus on how we grow together. Let's be committed to making lovemaking a pleasurable experience. It's been my pleasure being with you on this series, and I look forward to seeing you again on subsequent series on Sexuality Gets Good. God bless you.
Give a little time to me. We'll burn this out. We'll play hide and seek to turn this around.